Let's be real. In today's world, it's easy to get caught up in the chaos of everyday life. Social media, career hustle, relationships, and even just surviving can distract us from the deeper truths Jesus taught. But no matter how modern life gets, the core warnings Jesus gave still apply, maybe now more than ever. Jesus didn't just speak in gentle parables. He also gave some serious warnings about sins that can quietly destroy a believer's walk with God. These aren't just ancient taboos, they're heart-level dangers we all need to watch out for. Let's talk about 5 deadly sins Jesus clearly warned about, and how we as Christians can stay alert and grounded in truth. Number 1, hypocrisy. Pretending to be righteous on the outside. Woe to you, teachers of the law and Pharisees, you hypocrites! You clean the outside of the cup and dish, but inside, they are full of greed and self-indulgence. Matthew 23:25. This one hits hard. Jesus called out religious people who looked holy on the outside, but were spiritually empty inside. In modern terms, it's easy to post Bible verses, go to church, or act perfect in front of others, while secretly struggling with pride, bitterness, or sin we don't want to face. Relatable? Absolutely. But Jesus calls us to be real, not perfect, but honest. God cares more about your heart than your highlight reel. Number 2, pride, the silent killer of faith. For all those who exalt themselves will be humbled, and those who humble themselves will be exalted. Luke 14:11. Pride is tricky. It shows up as, I got this, I don't need help, or even, I'm better than them. Pride makes us self-reliant, and eventually it cuts us off from depending on God. Jesus constantly taught humility, not fake self-deprecation, but a deep understanding that all we have is by God's grace. When pride sneaks in, we forget to pray, we stop listening, and we start falling spiritually. Number 3, unforgiveness, poison for the soul. But if you do not forgive others their sins, your Father will not forgive your sins. Matthew 6:15, though this one stings. Forgiveness isn't easy, especially when the hurt runs deep. But Jesus made it clear, if we want to receive grace, we have to be willing to give it. Holding on to bitterness can feel justified, but it slowly hardens our heart. Forgiveness doesn't mean excusing what happened, but it means releasing it to God. We forgive because we've been forgiven much more. Number 4, greed, when more is never enough. Watch out. Be on your guard against all kinds of greed. Life does not consist in an abundance of possessions. Luke 12:15. Let's be honest, we live in a culture of more money, more success, more stuff. But Jesus warned that greed blinds us. It makes us think fulfillment comes from things, not God. Greed isn't just about rich people either. Anyone can chase more. Attention, comfort, likes, recognition. Jesus reminds us that our true treasure isn't in what we have, but in who we are becoming. Number 5, lust, the heart-level battle. But I tell you that anyone who looks at a woman lustfully has already committed adultery with her in his heart. Matthew 5:28. Jesus didn't play around when it came to purity. Lust isn't just about actions, it's about intentions. In a world saturated with sexual temptation, guarding our hearts and minds is more than important. It's vital. This isn't about shame. Jesus offers freedom, not guilt. But he does call us to live differently, to treat people as whole beings, not objects. Real love requires real purity. Jesus didn't warn us about these sins to shame us. He warned us because he loves us. He knows how damaging these heart-level sins can be. He knows they slowly pull us away from peace, joy, and connection with God. The good news? There's always grace. These sins are serious, but they're not the end of the story. Jesus came not just to warn us, but to save us. When we recognize the traps and run back to him, he meets us with open arms every time. Let this be a reminder to do a heart check, not in fear, but in faith. The same Jesus who warned us is the same one who walks with us, forgives us, and empowers us to live free.